Have you ever noticed whenever there is a fight at home between a husband and a wife, a beloved, with your girlfriend or boyfriend, sister, what they do? They walk out of the house with a bag full of money. They go on a shopping spree. They come back home with a big smile on her face, and you feel that, yes, she's happy. And then later on, it starts again. So that time when you felt that she's happy, it was an illusion, mere mirage. It was actually a false happiness which was short-lived. We all are trying to fulfill the gap of that need within us, which is imaginary, which is phantom, which is a ghost feeling that we want more and more and more. We tend to accumulate things and worldly possessions. We need validation from people across outside and see and feel that it makes us happy. But then we fail to see that this happiness is very, very short-lived. It comes back again. We loved a girl and we desperately wanted to marry her. And once we marry, then after some months, some years, the happiness depletes. And then you think and feel, what next now? So today I'm going to talk about this phantom excess that is very perceived need in all of us to have more. So what is this phantom excess? Phantom excess is a thief. It ruins our life. It robs our happiness. But we are marching towards that illusion. And this particular phantom excess is nothing, but it is a perceived feeling. It may or may not match with the reality, but we feel that there is a lack of something. I feel that I want more of something. I have 2 cars in my driveway, but then when I see a new car, new brand of watch, today I had iPhone 10, my batchmate had iPhone, the upper end, and then I think I need that more. Why this need for more every time? It paralyzes you. It paralyzes your decision making. It paralyzes your happiness. But then when you need more and more and you try and fulfill it with the accomplishments, with the recognitions, with the materialistic gains in your life, which you fail to see that it is just merely temporary. So I'm going to tell you that what is that magic wand in your hand? What is the inner strength in you? What is that inner inventory in you which will help you come out of this phantom excess? Which will help you take away or put that phantom excess in prison? Who was robbing your happiness? Who was manipulating you? Who was just making you walk on that hedonistic treadmill that you keep on walking, and by the end of it, what happens? You get exhausted. Your energy level depletes and you succumb. Do you want that? No, I don't think so. This life is given to us but once, and what do we want? We want happiness which is eternal, which goes on for years and years. So we end up having this phantom excess feeling of lack, wanting of more, which may not be due to the actual need within us, but it has brought in front of us because of our societal conditioning. Comparisons, they have that, you don't have it. My neighbor has this, I don't have it. Oh, your brother has become an IS, and what come you? You're nobody. So this deep-seated, often unconscious sense of some kind of an internal lack, that propels you to go and hoard things, to go and bring in those temporary happiness with yourselves. This phantom excess is nothing but, it's an itch. It's an itch which you cannot see. It's an itch which will not go off by just rubbing on your skin. It is an itch which is there all across. And you try to have this itch sorted out by accumulation of wealth, accumulation of material things, rather than being content, being happy with what you have. But then there is always a question. Ma'am, tell us, how do we get it? You know what? Being a psychologist, I come across many patients and they say, ma'am, I have a wonderful husband, good kids, loads and loads of money. But then I'm still not happy. I'm not contented. What I want more, I don't know. I think they have that, so I want that. But then when I get it, then again after some time, I want more and more of things. Ma'am, I'm unhappy, I'm depressed, I'm disillusioned, I'm disgruntled. So this wanting for more, which is imaginary, illusory, and a ghost experience, we are walking towards it. So what do? Realize that you have that power within yourself. How to do it? That is what I'm going to tell you. So this is an unscratchable itch, and it will never go off until and unless you take a deep dive within yourself. Yes, what creates this? Why on earth we do have this kind of an itch? The phantom excess, or this unscratchable itch, which is the phantom excess. What happens? Why do we have it? Because we have an illusion that this world is full of abundance. When we see on Facebook, oh, my friends have gone to Mauritius for the 25th wedding anniversary. You've just come from Dubai. But then you see, no, I also have to go to Seychelles. I have to go to Maldives. Why want more? So basically, this itch is because of three important things. I'm going to highlight these three things here. The first of all is this illusion of external abundance that I actually mentioned. There is abundance of things outside, across you. And because you are bombarded with the social media, you see everything and everybody else is happy, but me, I'm not happy. What will make me happy? Okay, now I should plan something more. I should buy something more. So you start hoarding it. The second is the paradox of more. You think more of clothes, more of branded clothes, more of telephones, more of material things will bring you happiness? No. It is a paradox. More may even impact it in the opposite manner. Maybe with the more, you become less happy. Rather than more will bring you more happiness, you with more of things accumulating these worldly possessions, you will become more unhappy. Then of course, you're always surrounded with information. There is an information overload. I have termed it as infobesity. You are obese with information. And this is what gives birth to decision-making paralysis. You fail to make rightful decision, and then you succumb to the dire consequences of the decisions you took based on this multiple information. And you don't know how to make a choice. And sometimes you make bad choices. So, I feel when we were young, we had limited choices of things and we were happy. Because to choose between four is easier to choose becoming from the millions and trillions of choices. So these are the reasons why there is always a new generation, especially sitting here, faces with this kind of a phantom excess. Now, of course, what do? What is the solution? The birth to this particular concept of hedonic treadmill is like we buy lottery tickets. When we buy lottery tickets, okay, fine, I've won the lottery of $4 million. Wonderful, I'll be happy. Then after some months, sometimes, that happiness. Next time I'll buy for more lottery. I'll bet for more. So this, we are constantly walking on this treadmill, and what we do, we are walking towards unsatiable need and desire for wanting for more. What is happening? We are exhausted, we are tired, we fight and we succumb and we die. So what should we do? We should think of that from this excess and abundance, we should access what? Access your inner strength. Access your inner inventory. Martin Seligman has beautifully mentioned, what is this inventory all about? What exactly do you have inside you? What will make you be more successful, be more happy, be more contented, and live this life in complete wholesomeness? So from excess, let's move to excess. How we do it, it is here. So this is a very a model which was given by Barbara Fredrickson, and she very beautifully said that enhanced health, survival and fulfillment in life will only come if you work on your resources, your personal resources. Buying a cloth, buying a new phone, buying a car may not be there. You have a need, you will always buy. But then if you feel there is a need and actually it is not fulfilling any true need of yours, it is a state of phantom excess. So having a need of glass of water is fine. But of course, we are talking about this is that you will only be contented and happy. That is enhanced health and survival, fulfillment, beautiful life, well-lived life will only be taken care of if you work on your internal resources. And these resources are social support. So what you do is positive emotions, broaden your positive emotions, make more social connects. Develop them, because we know when we are in dire straits, if we are happy, people should be happy with us. If we are sad, they should be standing beside us in our dire straits. So if we have that social system in place and we have worked for earning those relationships, I think they are the best people who will make us happy rather than hoarding materialistic things and acquiring the goods. So work on your positive emotion, expand the horizon of your circle, develop social support, develop resilience in you. That if you are in stress in any situation, you come back to the normal after some time. I can do it. Give yourself positive auto-suggestion. And of course, you hone your skills and knowledge, because it is only you. If you have the feeling of phantom excess, it's only you who can work on your inner inventory. Work on inner inventory. First of all, understand yourself. Take a deep dive. Rather than looking outside, look within yourself. So that is the key to success. That is the key to exceed beyond, go beyond these materialistic gain and be contented and have that inner blissful state of contentment and happiness. So now let's embark on a journey. Are you all ready to embark on a journey of inner inventory and be the master of your own self? Yes, you all can do it, and I'm very sure of that. Of course, Martin Seligman has beautifully stated some of these as that you have to work on your inner inventory. These are the character strength. Build a wonderful character, work on yourself. Then you can tackle everything and anything damn on earth which is bothering you. The first of all, of course, is the character strength. The merits in you, then resilience, of course. The capacity to bounce back to the normal situation when you just went haywire, when there was stress, when there was problem, when your heart was broken, when your girlfriend left you, and when your wife left you for another man. My goodness, let her be happy. I'll be happy sometime else. Okay, fine. Be normal, and then everything will fall in place automatically. Have purpose. Have purpose in life. Not only accumulation. Accumulation, what you need is perfectly fine. I need a car to travel for 3 hours to my university. Fair enough. But I don't need 3 cars in the driveway. Because I want more and more. That is a false perception which I'm going for. So don't have this phantom bothering you every now. They will steal away your happiness. Gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. If you can sit after pandemic in an AC auditorium, I think we are all blessed. We are alive and kicking. We can see our 5 senses are working pretty well. So be thankful to God. Be contented with what you have. If you have this, but then I'll tell you how to have this also. There is another strategy. Of course, you should feel what I have is enough. Fine, I'm happy with it. Enough is enough for me for the moment. You may proceed for more, but only if you need it. If you don't need it, you just have the feeling of gathering something more, then of course it is something which is going to kill the spirit of very wonderful life you have. Let's go next. Tools for inner inventory. Yes, this is something very important. Do a SWOT analysis. We do a lot of SWOT analysis for the companies, right? What are your strengths? What are your merits? What are your values? What you want in life? What you're good at, man? Identify your strengths and work on those. If you have a passion, do that. That will give you immense pleasure. If you have a socialized need for giving service to the mankind, do that. Want to work for the marginalized society? Do that in abundance. That is going to give you immense happiness. Self-reflection, reflect what went wrong, what went up, and then mindfulness and self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis is a state of concentration, attention. And then, of course, what you do is, through self-hypnosis, if you're in a state of suggestibility, you give yourself positive auto-suggestion and you see how your strength will take up, and then this phantom excess will go away. Thank you very much.